Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this shorter than it was last week. Got 3 questions. Somebody wanted to know the difference between a 44 volt pack with the 40 amp hour cells compared to the 180 amp hour cells, and why they cost so much more. First off, the 40 amp hour cells cost $59 each, and the 180s cost $259 each. The 40s only weigh 3.3 pounds. That's the advantage. A total for a 144 volt pack only weighs 145 pounds. But the 180 amp hour cells weigh 12.4 and cost $200 more. They ended up adding 546 pounds. And they wanted to know the difference between the range, capacities, basically everything, what the difference would be. The 40 amp hour cells, I'll even show you so you can figure it out, in case you want to change anything really. See if you can see that. This is how you figure out how many kilowatt hours you're using. Just the pack voltage times the amps. 10% of that, 5.7. 5.7 is not much. It'll only give you a 15 to 25 mile range, but it's been shown to get 40 and still have 20% left, which is your safe range. Now the 80 amp hour cells, despite the cost, do a lot more. And you do the same thing, 144 volts times the 180 amp hours, and you get 26. Right there it is. 26 kilowatt hours. In a car weighing less than 3,000 pounds, that'll give you 85 easy. It's been known to get around 130, and that's still only using 80%. And so I hope that answered your question. I did leave a lot of the technical math terms out. That's just an easy way of doing it. 144 volts times your amp hours, or whatever your volts. I got a 72 pack, 72 volt, 80 amp hours. Gets around 50. That's about the max for that one. And the other question was, what about an AC motor with regenerative braking? AC motors are expensive, but more or less they're worth it if you want range. Like the guy, if you have a heavier car, your AC 50, if you can keep it under 4,000 pounds. Oh, and another person said, I quoted the battery size wrong. I said something like 4 by 5.5 by 11. The 40 amp hour calves are 7.1 inches by 4.54 by 1.83. They're not that big. And the 180s aren't much bigger. They're 10.7 by 7.08 by 2.77. Relatively small, about the third of the size of a regular car battery. And even when you put 4 of them together, it's going to weigh less than a car battery. That's all the questions that I got. I didn't get very many. I got a text and a couple emails. So I'm going to keep this one short and just stop now. So if you have any more questions, ask.